The late 1800s were a time of groundbreaking scientific revelations, yet some discoveries met more skepticism than acclaim. One such revelation came from a bold Russian scientist named Ilya Mechnikov, who challenged the prevailing notion that all bacteria were a threat to human health. In an era when diseases like tuberculosis and pneumonia were rampant, Mechnikov's radical idea that certain bacteria could be allies in our fight for health seemed almost heretical. Today, however, he is celebrated as the pioneer of probiotics, forever changing how we view the invisible world within us. Mechnikov's journey into the microscopic realm began with an intense curiosity about the immune system. He was particularly fascinated by phagocytes, specialized cells that engulf and destroy harmful invaders. His experiments led him to a surprising hypothesis. Not all bacteria are enemies. In fact, some could enhance health and even extend life. Testing this theory, Mechnikov introduced lactic acid bacteria into guinea pigs and observed that these animals lived longer and resisted infections more effectively. Not content with lab results alone, he turned himself and his colleagues into living experiments, consuming large amounts of fermented foods like yogurt to test the effects firsthand. The results were striking, and his work laid the foundation for what we now call the field of probiotics. Of course, his ideas faced resistance at first. What revolutionary idea doesn't? But as time passed, scientific exploration confirmed much of his work. Mechnikov's insights didn't just redefine gut health. They unveiled a profound connection between our internal ecosystems and our overall well-being. One of his most enduring contributions was his emphasis on the gut microbiome, a vast and intricate system of microorganisms living within our digestive tract. This microscopic community, comprising bacteria, viruses, fungi, and other microbes, plays a pivotal role in maintaining balance in our bodies. Far from being passive passengers, these organisms influence digestion, metabolism, immune responses, and even our mental health. Probiotics, the living bacteria found in foods like kefir, kimchi, and sourdough, emerge as a vital piece of the puzzle. Far from being mere dietary quirks, these foods harbor beneficial bacteria that can bolster immunity and optimize gut health. Mechnikov recognized this long before it became trendy, arguing that consuming these microorganisms could combat the inflammation and chronic diseases that often accompany aging. Even more groundbreaking was his exploration of how gut health influences longevity. He suggested that age-related illnesses stem, in part, from shifts in the gut microbiome, a concept that modern science continues to investigate. His theories on inflammation were equally ahead of their time, connecting chronic inflammation to a host of diseases, including those affecting mental health. The idea that our gut impacts our brain wasn't immediately obvious, but research over the decades has confirmed the existence of the gut-brain axis, a dynamic communication system linking these two vital organs. The gut doesn't just digest food. It produces neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine, which regulate mood and behavior. Astonishingly, over 90% of the body's serotonin, often called the happy hormone, is produced in the gut. When the microbiome falls out of balance, this intricate system falters, contributing to conditions like anxiety and depression. Dysbiosis, or an imbalance in gut bacteria, is increasingly recognized as a root cause of many health issues. Factors like processed foods, refined sugars, and antibiotics disrupt this delicate equilibrium, as do environmental pollutants and chronic stress. In rare cases, even a newborn's microbiome can be impacted by imbalances passed from the mother, setting the stage for potential health challenges from the start. The ripple effects extend far beyond physical health. Dysbiosis doesn't just affect your digestion. It can cloud your mind, dampen your mood, and leave you feeling out of sync with yourself. This is why eat better, feel better isn't just a cliche. It's a scientific truth rooted in the profound interplay between diet and mental health. While the advice to improve your diet may sound oversimplified or dismissive when grappling with anxiety or depression. It's rooted in undeniable biology. Processed foods, with their high levels of sugar and unhealthy fats, wreak havoc on the microbiome, amplifying inflammation and disrupting the production of crucial neurotransmitters. In contrast, fermented foods like yogurt and miso, rich in probiotics such as Lactobacillus rhamnosus, can have remarkable effects, even protecting against anxiety in animal studies. Of course, diet isn't a magical cure-all, but it's a starting point, a foundation upon which other interventions can build. Medications can be life-changing, but they often come with side effects. Addressing the root causes of imbalance in your body, beginning with your gut, is a gentler, more sustainable approach. Imagine a future where small, deliberate changes in your daily habits transform your mental and physical well-being. It begins with simple swaps, choosing fermented foods over processed snacks, seeking balance over convenience. These small steps, compounded over time, can pave the way for a healthier, more vibrant you. Your gut is not just a silent bystander. It's a powerhouse of potential, influencing every aspect of your life. When you nourish it, you're not just feeding your body. You're fueling your resilience, clarity, and strength. Start today, and a year from now, you'll thank yourself for choosing the path of balance and vitality.